Hey too, I'm back this time with the finale of my spring Bath & Body Works Use It Up challenge. If you remember, I started on March 1st with 56 products, and I think that included something like 22 hand soaps. And I said that I would do a finale on May 31st, but I'm pre-filming. Today is Memorial Day. As you guys know, I've been in this outfit for or I will by the end in like 5 videos because I'm just doing a filming frenzy because I'm moving back to Denver on Friday. So this week is going to be crazy town. I'm pre-filming, but it kind of worked out because I am done, at least what I consider to be done with my challenge. So if you guys weren't aware, I consider something to be, or really my goal is to pull all of my products by the end of the challenge. And by that, I mean I'm using up all my products by the end. So typically with my products, I use one at a time. An exception would be like hand soaps and shower gels, but for everything else, I use one at a time straight through. And so when I pull something, I use it up completely and then I pull something else. So at this point, I have pulled every single item and I have used up pretty much every single product. So the only ones that aren't actually used up are the things that I am featuring in my empties video in a couple days where they're like half used and I'll have them used up by the end of the month. But it's just that I'll be in transit. So as far as I'm concerned, I am done with my challenge. I have totally used up everything. I've pulled everything, and so I would consider that a big success. So that is my biggest challenge I've ever done. I mentioned on March 1st that I was a little bit apprehensive about the size of my challenge, but I wound up pulling it off. So I'm really happy about that. So I am especially happy about being able to use up all of my hand soaps because that's always kind of been an issue in my collection, and also using up my shower gels. So my shower gels are not such a big deal because I go through them very quickly, but now I go through my hand soaps really quickly too because of like having Wyatt. So I actually wound up in a situation where I have purchased some new hand soaps to get me by when we first moved to Denver, because I have heard that the Bath & Body Works annual sale doesn't start until the 16th or something kind of late like that, and I just need some hand soaps to get me by. So I did pick up some of that, but again, I'm at a point where I literally don't have hand soaps, at least not ones that are like, I have hand soaps, but they're like 2 or 3 fragrances I've hoarded and I don't want to use them up quickly just because. So I am out of hand soaps totally from my collection. I'm out of shower gels. I ran out of pocket bags, so I picked up more. I mean, I know the point of, these videos in general is to use up my stash, but it feels weird to actually be at a point where I feel like I kind of have. I mean, I certainly still have plenty of lotions, tons of fine fragrance mists, so I definitely still have a collection. It's just looking way different than it did 5 years ago when I started these challenges. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to kick off a summer challenge on June 1st. Instead, what I think I'm going to do is probably hold off in the month of June and do something for July and August, and then I'll reassess for the fall and kind of see where I'm at. So something that may or may not come to fruition, but I've kind of thought about is maybe getting a rolling cart and putting it into my closet, and rather than like a set, like I'm going to use this up in May or this up in June and this up in July and this up in August, I think I might just give myself a little bit more freedom and say, okay, within these 3 months, I want to use up all the stuff I put on the rolling cart, and maybe do like a shop my stash kind of situation where I make a video about deciding what to put on the cart. So that's not like something I'm committing to per se, but now that I'm at a point where I've like actually used up my collection, that's what I'm having to think about now because I just don't have the products anymore. I think to continue with the use up challenges, at least not for like right now in this moment. So long story short, I'm really proud of myself for using up all my products from spring. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to have whittled down my collection by a good chunk for moving, because that has been my goal since the beginning of March. And it, like, while I'm a little bit like, oh, what do I do about summer, it kind of makes me happy to have to wonder about what do I do because I don't have any more or enough products, I think, to sustain a use it up challenge. So very long-winded but I'm kind of here at the end of my filming frenzy on Memorial Day. So that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you as always for staying tuned with my Use It Up challenges. I'll have to spend the month of June just kind of figuring out what the future of those are on my channel, but I'm definitely excited to report back with something at least starting like mid-June or the 1st of July. So we'll see what happens, but that's where I'm at. I used up all 56 products, or they will be by the end of the week. Very satisfied. And so yeah, definitely stay tuned, because it will still be a thing on my channel where virtually all of my content is about Bath & Body Works. I'll just have to see kind of what the future is for that. So hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Lifting and Lipstick. I'll put that down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.